I'm Dr. Ondieki. I'm a consultant obstetrician gynecologist. I'm also a lecturer at the University of Nairobi, which is in Nairobi, Kenya. I am also a fertility specialist, now courtesy of the Merck Foundation More Than a Mother program. And it was introduced to me when it came to the country through the Fertility Association Society of Kenya. And it was fronted to all obstetricians and gynecologists in my country. And we were able to pick it up, a few of us, and were able to do it. So there's a lot of stigma associated with infertility. It's something that people don't talk about. And for the people who don't have children, they just suffer in silence. And before, there used to be things that people used to do in the community. Either you would have someone planting a spear outside someone's house, for example, in the Maasai community, and people were able to assist each other to be able to get conception. So it was a bit hidden when it came to male factor infertility. And also some women could actually marry other women and be able to sire children through that and be able to hide the stigma of infertility. But now in the current system, it's very hard for someone to hide their infertility because it's just one man married to one woman. So you're not able to hide your infertility. So it's something that is really stigmatized about, and people suffer in silence. They do not want to seek care for it. They just want to try and see whether they can be able to conceive on their own. And normally it really comes with a lot of challenge. You are not considered to be man enough, you're not considered to be woman enough just because you're not able to get a child. When we see the global prevalence of this condition, it's about 8 to 12%. When you come to Africa, it's about 20 to 30%. But when you come to Kenya, it actually forms 31% of the consultations that we see at the referral hospital where I work. So maybe you might find in the lower level hospitals, they're just seeing about 2%, 5% as you rise up the various levels. But by the time we get to the national hospital, it actually makes 31% of our consultations. So it really burdens us because we are only able to offer treatment up to a certain extent, mostly up to surgery. But when it comes to IVF treatment, we do not have the facilities, we do not have the know-how, and this is the time that we are trying to build expertise and also put up the infrastructure in our hospital. So when it comes to the Kenyatta National Hospital, this is the time that we are setting up our IVF lab. We've just been able to secure funding, and we're in the process of procurement and setting up the physical infrastructure. And now, as you can see, through courtesy of the Merck Foundation More Than a Mother program, we are building capacity also in terms of staff who are able to take care of these patients and to be able to run the facilities. So through courtesy of Merck Foundation More Than a Mother program, I've been able to do 2 courses. Initially, when they came to my country, it was the time COVID had actually hit the whole world. And that's the time universities were actually embracing the online platform. And I was able to do sexual and reproductive medicine with the University of South Wales. And now once COVID had waned and the borders had been opened, an opportunity came up to actually come for hands-on training at Indira IVF and Fertility Hospital. And through that, whatever I was able to learn online, I was able to fine-tune it. One thing I would like to point out was, through the online program, I thought I had learned quite a bit, only to come to the ground and discover that I had not learned much. Like the amount of knowledge I was able to gain from being here physically on the ground was out of this world. I was able to see, we normally see about 25 to 30 patients per day. In theaters, we are handling at least 10 procedures every day. So you can imagine the level of hands-on that you see. 25 ultrasounds being done in a day, a lot of procedures in the labs, a lot of procedures in the theaters, teachers who are available and willing to share the expertise that they have. So I'm actually grateful because I was able to see very many different angles of the problems that women can actually get with infertility. Because there's one thing reading about these conditions in textbooks and actually now seeing patients coming with those problems, being taken care of, whether surgically and finally through IVF, and getting pregnant, conceiving, and going home with a child. The program was 3 months long, so it was actually possible to be able to see the outcomes of whatever treatment that we were offering the patients. So it was actually very good. I would like to talk to my colleagues out there who'd like to come and join this program and participate in the training that is being offered. So there are various aspects, as I told you. There's the online platform where you're able to get the master's degree, and there's also the hands-on aspect of it now when you come to Indira IVF Hospital. So you need to be able to commit at least 2 years for the online master's course, and you need to commit at least 3 months for the hands-on that you'll be able to get at Indira IVF Hospital. Some people might want to come for an observership for like 2 weeks. Others might want to come for just 1 month. But I would like to tell you that time is not enough to be able to really integrate and to be able to understand all the aspects that you need to be able to do to be able to execute the treatment of these patients with confidence. So I would actually recommend that you set good time apart highly committed to be able to learn, and you should be able to get the knowledge and the expertise that you need to be able to carry out the treatment of infertility patients. In my country, infertility care is mostly done by the general obstetrician and gynecologists, so they're able to handle issues like uterine fibroids, the other causes of infertility. But now when it comes to specialized treatment of infertility where IVF is offered and other aspects of assisted reproductive technology, this care is mainly found in the cities. So most of the fertility centers are found in Nairobi. We have about 9 of them in the capital city of Nairobi, and we have one in Mombasa. But in other areas, other counties, we do not have specialized fertility clinics which are run by fertility specialists. So the fertility clinics might be there, but we do not have enough fertility specialists to be able to run those clinics. So, and the other thing is most of the people who offer care are expatriates. So as it is, we are trying to build capacity in the country to be able to offer treatment to these patients. So in terms of, we have more fertility specialists than we have embryologists. Embryologists are very few. We have maybe about 5, and for fertility specialists we have about also 5, I might say, because also factoring the aspect of that it could be other people who've come from outside to work in the country. I'm actually happy to say that as much as I as a fertility specialist and others have been trained in aspects of fertility care, we also have embryologists who've been trained courtesy of the Merck Foundation. And in this year alone, in the first batch, we had 5 people who are trained as embryologists, and also in this second batch, we had 3 people who are trained as embryologists. So courtesy of Merck Foundation, we've had 8 people who've been trained as embryologists who will be able to pull in and tap into the system and be able to assist our mothers. So I would actually like to appreciate the capacity that is being built in our country to be able to offer fertility care to our patients. I would like to give a big thanks to Merck Foundation More Than a Mother program for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, for catering for my learning experience in terms of becoming a fertility specialist in the country. They're able to pay for my master's online course and also for my hands-on experience here at Indira IVF Hospital. So, and I know the cost of training is very high. For people who are able to look at the cost of learning this expertise, it's actually very high. So I'm actually very grateful to the Merck Foundation for offering me this scholarship and training me to become a fertility specialist. I'm also grateful to the University of Nairobi for giving me time off to be able to come and participate in this training. And we should be able to tap back and be able to assist the women in our country, be able to train other gynecologists to be able to offer this care back home, should we be able to build the capacity in our university. I would also like to give a very big thank you to Indira IVF Hospital for opening its doors to me and allowing me to see their patients, allowing me to be able to do procedures on their patients, allowing me to be able to learn, because the amount of experience that I've gained from here is just exceptional. So I'm very grateful because as I leave, I feel extremely confident that I'll be able to treat and take care of the infertility patients that I'll be seeing in my country. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Merck Foundation. Thank you very much, Indira IVF Hospital. And thank you very much, my university, for giving me the time off to be able to attend these courses.